The Canon RF 100mm f2.8 macro will have the ability to adjust spherical aberration and come with a 1.4 times magnification. Canon discontinues 2 more EF lenses, and Panasonic confirms the GH6 is coming this year. This and more after the intro. Thanks for tuning in to The Ordinary Filmmaker. Subscribe to get notification of new videos like this one so you don't miss any news, rumors, gear reviews, or tutorials. And a big thanks to Atomos for sponsoring The Ordinary Filmmaker. I'm using the Ninja 5 external recorder for all my studio work, as it really does save me an awful lot of time in post. So if you want to speed up your projects in post, well, consider using my links down below to purchase your own Ninja and also help support the channel. And now, for the news. I don't normally break news for just a lens, but the Canon RF 100mm f2.8 has some interesting features that are sure to excite. The RF 100mm f2.8 is a macro lens and will feature a new ring called SA Control, which means you'll be able to control spherical aberration in the lens. Piqued your interest? Well, mine too. It also has a 1.4 times magnification. Now, the more I try to hold myself back from this lens, the more that Canon distortion field is pulling me back in. I'm really looking forward to this lens, and it might just be on my must-have list. I still need to wait and find out a bit more, but I love the EF version. And I was using that on an APS-C Canon 50D a long time ago. I think it had something like a 12 or 16 megapixel sensor. Now, to be able to use the RF version on a full-frame camera like the R5, it's going to be a real treat. It will be a great macro lens. Not Canon's best, mind you, but it's going to be right up there. I just wonder about video applications, because after all, this is called The Ordinary Filmmaker. I can see myself needing to capture audio in most use cases, but there will be scenarios where I want to capture ambient sound, so having a quiet focus motor matters. But if the focus motor is loud, I'll just use an extension cord and place the mic a few feet away. Most of the times in those situations, I'm using some sort of a shotgun mic, so if it's a few feet away from the camera and pointing at whatever I'm shooting at, it's not a real big deal. Still, this is one of those lenses where I'm really interested in. At the end of last year, there wasn't really anything out there I was super excited about getting, but now that 100mm is right at the top of the list. And of course, the 16mm that, well, Canon doesn't have yet. Although Samyang might have one that is interesting enough for me. We'll just have to wait and see on that. It also looks like Canon's aggressively discontinuing lenses or EF lenses as they release or in the lead up to releasing RF equivalents. Canon just discontinued the EF 100mm f2 and the EF 24mm f2.8. In case you missed my video earlier this month, these are the Canon EF lenses that Canon's already discontinued in 2021. And that's quite a few, so it looks like they're aggressively discontinuing, and we're going to see more and more Canon EF lenses discontinued throughout this year. The Panasonic GH6 successor will be unveiled within 2021, as reported by Fotovolari at a recent Panasonic press conference. The only question is, will it be in the spring or fall? The camera season generally starts right around the end of January and continues right up until May, with the bulk of the announcements usually occurring during this time. We also get camera announcements in the fall, in late summer from September to October. 2021 isn't a normal year by any stretch of the imagination, and we are likely to see the bulk of announcements this year in the second half, with news heating up starting, well, May. Sony Alpha Rumors leaked images of the Tamron 150 to 500mm f5 to 6.7. It's for Sony mirrorless cameras. Actually, sorry, that's not completely correct. Sony Alpha Rumors leaked the brochure for the Tamron 150 to 500mm lens. It weighs in at a whopping 1.725 kilograms, or 3.8 pounds, so it's not exactly lightweight. But I'm often supporting these heavy lenses with a heavy Manfrotto 504X head and tripod, so I shouldn't really complain. Once you've set these things up, there's not a lot you have to do. And in fact, the weight of the lens doesn't matter so much. It's having the right tripod where you can easily make adjustments. The only thing missing is the price. If you take a look at that brochure from Sony Alpha Rumors, it's really detailed. It's got a lot of information in there, but it's missing the price, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. So stay tuned, subscribe, and as soon as I know more, I'll report it. And now, let's go behind the scenes. As I announced 2 weeks ago, I'm now shipping merch. These hats, the one I'm wearing here, this one's exactly the same, only that one's brand new and this one's a little bit worn. unfortunately, there was a mistake made in the shipping area last week, and instead of shipping out the hats to each individual, they were all sent to me. So they should be arriving here shortly, probably within the hour or two, and I'm going to ship them right back. And so there's going to be, I think we're going to have about a delay of a week. So for those of you that did purchase the cap, I do apologize. It's going to be about probably a week delay, but they are going out through, at least in North America, they're going out through UPS, so they should get to you pretty quick. I do apologize. Merch has been one of the most difficult things to do here, and even though I've got a team working with me on it, we've been working on this since December, and we only just now have a very good cap. We've got it. In our first production run, we've made 50 of these caps. And so I do apologize that there was just an error in the shipping area. Instead of shipping them out to each individual, somebody decided to ship them all out to me. And we're in a complete shutdown right now, so I can't even go to stores. So if they sent it to me, I don't even have the boxes needed to ship them out. So that's why as soon as UPS shows up, I'm just going to say, you know what, send it back to the sender and we'll let them take care of that. So once again, I do apologize. But that's all the news I have for today. Thanks so much for subscribing and watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. And if you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe, as I'm giving away 2 Angelbird 128GB AV Pro MK2 V90 SD cards, along with a dual UHS-2 card reader. Or you could also win a Ulanzi LED light package with accent lights, an underwater light, and various other flat panel lights to light your subject, or as a great starter kit for starting your own channel. I'll be awarding these 2 prize bundles once the channel reaches 30,000 subscribers. And then I'll offer up different prize bundles all the way up to 100,000, at which point I'll be awarding a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. And on that bombshell, thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. We'll see you again soon.